Rusty Doobie, what is this nonsense lol?
Hey, how's it going, Rusty? What are you up to today? What are you doing? We're fixing to wrap
Rusty
up.
Doobie, not streaming, that's for sure.
Oh, you're not, huh? What happened? Why aren't you streaming today? Are you off today? I had me a little bit of a predicament today. I'm fixing to work on this preamp and get it done. All right, let's see what this does. I decided to work on updating my printer.
Rusty Doobie, meh, just didn't feel like it.
Oh, okay. I decided to update my printer software, or firmware, I guess you could say. And in doing so, I rendered my printer not only useless, but now I have massive Windows crashes. So it looks like I get to reinstall Windows too. So this is going to be a really fun deal. So I'm on my backup computer now. Let me reset this. Auto home. So now my 3D printer's out of commission and my main streaming laptop's out of commission. And I didn't even know that till I decided to start streaming. So fun, fun, fun. I'm going to run a test print real quick while I'm fixing the stream. Just a second.
Rusty Doobie, good to have backups.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Rusty Doobie, Swindler's List, Mochaccino, making your PC say funny stuff.
Yeah, a lot of people do that. They seem to get a pretty good kick out of it. Alright, so let me see here. Try. Let's go to 3D prints.
Rusty Doobie, roll back Windows.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to work. I already rolled it back once and it didn't get rid of the problem. I think it has something to do in the registries. I keep getting a registry error crash problem, and it has something to do with the mouse and the registry. The reason why I say the mouse is because the shadow under the mouse keeps getting hung up all over the screen right before it crashes. It's like not the mouse itself, but it's like the shadow under the mouse just starts getting hung up all over the place, and the next thing you know, it crashes. So I don't know what's up with that, but that don't make no sense to me. But it's like a shadow of the mouse. You know how the mouse
Rusty
has a
Doobie,
shadow?
video card.
Could be. But nothing else is glitching on it. I can play games and everything. The only thing that's glitching on it is the shadow of the mouse. I tried to figure out how to turn the shadow of the mouse off. If you know how to turn the shadow of the mouse off, that'd be cool. I thought maybe that might help. Okay, so let's get down to business over here. We ain't going to be able to finish up this preamp because I still got to print one more plate for it right here. That's the last plate I have to print.
Rusty Doobie, what version Windows?
Windows 10 Pro. Windows 10 Pro. And it's just the mouse shadow. It's nothing else. Everything works fine on it. It might work fine for 5 minutes. It might work fine for a whole day. And then the shadow of the mouse will disappear, and then it'll just start appearing all over the place on the screen wherever you're moving it. And it's not the mouse itself, it's just the mouse shadow. And then once it starts doing that, I know I need to start saving all my files, because it isn't but just a little bit after that, it'll do the unsmiley face blue screen, and it'll say Windows has encountered a problem and needs to shut down, and we'll send a report, and you know, all that Windows mess. And then it crashes, restarts, and it works fine. And then it'll work fine again. It might work fine for, you know, who knows how long, and then it'll do the exact same routine again. And I'll tell you what I did. The only thing that I did different is I installed the beta version of what is it? It's this thing. Where is it? I just had it in my hand. This right here, Arduino. I installed the beta software of Arduino because I'm trying to upgrade my Marvin software for my 3D printer, and it said that I had to use the beta version of Arduino. So I installed the beta version of Arduino, and as soon as I installed the beta version of Arduino, I mean literally the first installation of it, it crashed, and I've had problems with it ever since then. I've uninstalled the beta version of Arduino, but it hasn't fixed the problem. Whenever it installed it, it caused the system crash, and that's why I think it messed something in my registry. And when I uninstalled it, it didn't undo whatever it did to my system registry. So it uninstalled everything, but whatever it messed with in my system registry, it didn't unmess with it. So whatever setting it changed in my system registry, and I have a pretty good feeling it messed with something with my mouse. And that's why that's where I'm leaning towards. I backed it up to the day before I installed the Arduino software. And I mean, it's a beta version of Arduino, so I mean, I really wasn't that worried about it. You know, I mean, it's Arduino. It ain't like it's a heavy installed software. It ain't like it's a big destructive app or something. You know, it's just Arduino. But apparently, it just messed with something just enough that my computer don't like it. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to. I guess I'm just got to do a wipe and a full reinstall. I don't know what else I can do with that. I know it's got to be with the system registry though, because all the files have been restored back to normal, except for the system registry, of course. You know, something in the system registry just ain't right in my opinion. But like right now, the laptop's working fine. It's even running Arduino just fine. It's just that it might run fine now. It might run fine for a couple of days. It might run fine for 5 minutes. I don't know. I can't trust it. If I put the stream up, I don't know if it's going to run fine for a long time or just for a little bit. So go over here and see what's going on. But anyway, welcome to the stream. Thanks for having you here. Let me get some music playing here. Song request should be on. And so this is what I did. I printed out, this was the last good prints I got off of the printer before I started messing with the update. I got 2 plates printed out, one for each side of the amplifier. And it looks like everything matched up. I got a little bit I need to, if you can see that. Let me move my light around here. I got a little bit I need to sand out. I was going to use a Dremel to get rid of this little edge right here.
Rusty Doobie, right click my computer.
Okay. Might turn into a Windows repair screen here.
Rusty Doobie, on properties.
Alright, let's try this.
Rusty Doobie, advanced system setting on left side fit. Rusty Doobie, on Advanced tab select Performance Settings.
Okay, I'm in Advanced Settings. Advanced Settings on the left side. On Performance Settings, okay, I'm there.
Rusty Doobie, turn off animations.
Okay, it says adjust for best performance. Would that sound right? Yeah, that turned off all animations. Does that sound right to you? It unchecked everything.
Rusty Doobie, yes.
Okay, and then hit apply. And okay.
Rusty Doobie, apply or OK.
Okay, I did that.
Rusty Doobie, and OK.
Got it. Yep, the shadow went away. Good, maybe that'll fix it.
Rusty Doobie, good.
I hope that fixes it. Time will tell. See, they buried that setting. I didn't know. I knew there had to be a setting for it somewhere, but I didn't know where it would be. I haven't messed with them settings in so long. I mean, I just play with it. You know, I ain't had to mess with them in so long. I didn't know where they went. All right, so we have our plates. Let's get a Dremel and wedge that edge out. Thank you for that help, by the way. I just hope that's it.
Rusty Doobie, no problem.
I mean, I don't mind with my graphics being a little bit, I hate to say it, but back up a little bit, you know, a few years if the computer's stable. That's fine by me. So how was your gaming doing? I saw you streaming a bunch of games. I watched some of them for a bit, and then I don't know, I got busy doing other things. So I didn't see how your games was turning out when you was stress testing your machine. How did all your stress tests and everything turn out? May have melted this. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I may have melted my sanding drum. Got it too hot sanding something. Done that before. There we go. More than one way to skin a sanding drum. Now, will it fit the other one? Maybe. Maybe. Got it. I have a whole new kit up on the wall, but I didn't want to have to get it open until I used up all these drums, or at least most of them. Alright, throw this one away. I like catching these Dremel kits on sale on like eBay and stuff, the real cheap ones. You catch them for $1 or $1.50 on Amazon Prime, and they're real good deals. You can get them really cheap, and then you can use them at your peril if you end up running through them really hard on one or two projects. You're not out a lot of money. Modding computer cases or anything with them. Projects are probably a little bit too big for a Dremel. Let me get something to scratch that with. Do you do much computer modding or anything, Rusty?
Rusty Doobie, I do sometimers.
So what's do you have any photos or anything of some of your big mods? Any any awesome mods? Anything anything you're particularly fond of? Any of your prideful work? So to speak.
Rusty Doobie, nope lol, never thought to take toes. I could send my PC pics but they're terrible.
Almost. I actually started shaving that too high. I thought my top mark was my bottom mark, so I actually went to the wrong mark. Feels bad. Marked twice, cut once, and still got it wrong.
Rusty Doobie, Measure twice, cut once.
I know, I did, and I still got it wrong because I cut on the wrong mark. I measured twice, cut once, and I cut on the wrong mark. I just goofed the whole thing up. Okay, let's see where we're at now. Okay, well, we're there. Actually, I'm going to have to mod the metal too, I think. Be really close, but I need to cut this right here a little bit.
Rusty Doobie, I'm planning on building a mineral oil computer.
Ooh, that'd be awesome. Are you going to be streaming that? Oh, battery's dead. Got to put this one on the charger.
Rusty Doobie, when I have the cash.
Awesome. Now, what's the benefits of the mineral oil versus like water cooled? Explain to me that. I understand water cooled fine, but what's the benefits of mineral oil over water cooled? One, two, three,
Rusty
4, 5,
Doobie,
6.
if you completely submerge your PC in oil, no dust.
Oh, I got what you're saying. So it isn't going to be mineral oil going through tubes. The entire PC is going to be in mineral oil. That correct?
Rusty Doobie, yes.
Okay. Wow, okay. Yeah, I definitely got to see that streamed. You got to stream that. That's a requirement. Okay, let's get all these little parts out of here. Move this over this way.
Rusty Doobie, not gonna build an expensive PC. Probably some small form factor.
Oh, okay. Turning off autofocus.
Rusty Doobie, probably used parts too, LOL.
Well, that makes sense. Alright, so let me see here. Okay, so well, let me see if I can get this to print or not while I'm working on that. Add a model. No. Okay, I need something small to print. Let me open up Fusion. Alright, so now I need get the rest of these off of here. Okay, so I'm going to be connecting
Rusty
to...
Doobie, 3 videos before this one the build, but here is a video of one in oil. Rusty Doobie.
Okay, let's have a look at it here.
Alright guys, welcome to Oil Part...
Day has passed like a hurricane to my heart, till it far away. See the lights on the other side. I'm going to get there and hope we will meet there.
There we go. Had to bring my Chrome up.
Alright guys, welcome to Oil... Alright guys, welcome to Oil Part 3. We're finally...
It's been a little bit.
Finally...
Let's skip along here.
We had a lot of moments of truth.
That's what makes a good build, though.
I feel like I'm playing Excavator, and I'm like 9.
Oh my god.
They're putting it in an aquarium.
Rusty Doobie, 9 minutes in they pour.
Okay, we're watching it now.
This is a harder shot.
Huh.
Goes in for the 3 points. Will he? Yep, he's fine.
I've poured water before, so that helps. I splashed! No, it's okay, I got this. There's something to this, it's not...
Do we need to snip those things then?
Maybe.
Holy crap. Oh my goodness.
And
Oh my
then-
gosh, you pulled you're supposed to
this out.
pull the whole thing out. You're
Right. Yep.
look. Haven't they made moonshine before?
I'm good, I got it.
It splashed my face.
Rusty Doobie,
Mineral oil
Glug
to
L,
complexion.
Goggle.
I wonder actually.
Probably not.
Oh gosh.
No, they were so close. Oh, terrible. Okay, well. Okay.
Now if that was moonshine, it would have been blowed up.
Rusty Doobie, why not a funnel LOL?
I know, right? I mean, you could, nothing else, you can make a funnel out of newspaper. I mean, it ain't.
Just GG.
A piece of it went in.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
I wonder if we can retrieve it. We need like a stick or something.
A
Only
stick.
if I'm near
Way
it.
off.
Rusty doobie,
Hold on.
idiots.
Oh my god. They got it.
Don't worry.
They lost
Can I
it.
get it?
Nope.
Shoot. Okay, that's one.
Okay, now backtrack.
I gotta pull this one out.
No, you don't siphon it like that. No.
There. Home free, I think.
Oh,
Nice, I got that. Nice. Okay.
look at all the problems.
Captured you, you bastard.
You bastard.
Got it? Alright.
These guys would really fail making moonshine, let me tell you.
I got you a little bit of the fill line because we're still leaning forward a little bit.
Okay. Okay, so hold on a second. So the fan on the power supply is like right
Yeah.
at the top.
And then this one's about the same.
And then this
like
one's
you
about the
pointed out.
same. Like it's just barely coming out. So are they gonna like whip it around?
I
or?
don't think it's gonna throw it, but you'll have a little bit of like turbulent pickup.
That should be okay.
It should be.
Depending on how fast the fan spins.
I didn't have fans that were that close, but the only experience I have with this is I could turn my pump off externally. So when I flip
Right.
mine up, I would have my pump off. So it
Right.
would go through fans, and when it first touches them, it just throws it all freaking over the place. But I've never
Right.
had it like really permanently where it's right near the edge. So we'll see. It'll probably be fine though.
Right.
We should see how the bubble maker works though.
Yeah.
Because if we need to adjust
Oh my
Because
gosh,
we
they
can
got a
turn the
bubble
fans
maker.
off on the graphics card using custom curves and Afterburner. Or
This
just
is
say,
something
we'll
else
be able to do
now.
that this second,
Right.
because we have to get everything working.
I like Linus Tech tips too.
It has
Rusty
to go back
doobie,
for the hybrid.
bubbler LOL.
Yeah.
I know,
Okay, well,
right?
let's see the bubbles first, I guess.
Are they gonna put fish in here
We're
too?
gonna see the bubbles without the lights. I guess we'll add lights later. Okay, I want a good angle at this. I poured the mineral oil, so I didn't get to see
Oh my
it. I
gosh.
have to watch my own video. There's
This is some funny
screw
stuff
hanging out.
right here.
Oh no, it's okay. Oh my goodness, it is
You can't see
amazing
the acrylic.
how clear the acrylic
Yeah.
gets.
Yeah.
I was like,
Rusty doobie,
one of the
shout I
screws
used
holding
fish
the
oil.
top on it was
I
hanging out.
know, right?
That's what I was telling Nick Burkle is that everything looks extremely clean. Like it looks
Wow.
super clean. Look at look at the metal on the graphics card.
Yeah.
It looks perfect
Wow.
because it is constantly oiled. It's like you oiled up something so it would look cool and then left it that way forever.
All right, fine, carry on.
Ready?
Oh my goodness, I freaked right out. The bubbles are awesome.
Oh dear. Well, it was clear. It ain't clear no more. Put 3 drops of water in there, the whole thing will turn milky.
Into the video, Linus. I'm happy that you took
Rusty
this
doobie,
time
bubbles
explaining
help
it.
the oil to flow around.
Okay, so this is
Right,
it.
I
If it
understand
doesn't
that.
post
That's
now,
just
then
funny
I might as
though.
well just,
Help circulate it.
okay, the pump's sucking up the oil.
Still not out of here. Is it going across here?
Yep.
Come on. It's still flowing. There we go.
Postcodes are still going.
We're out the other side in
Yep.
terms of oil now.
Yep. Postcode 95, 62.
So those fans look fine.
9C, A2. I think A2 is a good sign.
Is this monitor on?
Yes, yes, yes.
There it
yes,
is.
There it is. Oh, no part, whatever the part that was going to be the cleaning up
Rusty
part.
doobie, if you ever have to reseat your RAM.
Oh,
Might have
I
to
know,
move
right?
the air thing.
Which one now?
Remember you said moving the...
Oh, moving the bubble maker? Yeah, we're not going to do that. If the bubble maker doesn't please me, then I will turn it off.
You moved the bubble
I'll try
maker.
to convince him if you guys wanted to. I want another one.
That is cool though.
Those bubbles are hiding under the power supply. That looks funny.
Just chilling down there.
That does look awesome.
Egg farm.
26 degrees Celsius. All right.
I
man.
like it. Very nice. Very, very nice. Back to our mess that we got going on over here. All right. So back to our mess. Let's see, where were we at?
Rusty doobie, if it runs too hot though, fire in the house.
Oh yeah. Well, the good part is if you get hungry, you can just drop a few potato chips in there and fry them up real quick while you're gaming. Let's see here. So I should have this all in order, and I do. So channel 1 will be starting off with black for ground. Everything should be in order. Channel 1 would be white, then gray, then purple, so everything should be in order. I shouldn't have to worry about which channel is what. They all should be in order of the ribbon cable. So I thought I had that set up that way, but it's been a while this thing's been benched, so I wanted to make sure I had that. So we should have, in order, the channels go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I think in order we should go channel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's take our ground wire here, lay it out this way, and in order we're going to do channel 1 here. And this is our ground. So our hot wire is going to be our next one over.
Rusty doobie, I wonder over time if the bubbler would produce moisture in the tank by compressing the air it's pushing.
I don't know. I don't know if it would or wouldn't. Okay, so let's see here. Let me see what you can see. I want to see what you see. Yeah, I don't like this app I'm using right now. Because I'm on my backup PC, I don't like it at all. Let me see if I can switch to the other app real quick. Nope, that ain't it. Let me see over here. Nope, that's all I can do right now. If I get closer, it's going to get fuzzy, right? Yep, it gets fuzzy. Yep, that's going to be the best I could do right now. I got to get my other computer back to streaming. It'll be ready for next stream one way or another. Did you seize up on me? Too much. Way too much. Okay. Okay, so the next one is going to be white. All right, going to the next jack. Oop, that was hot. Very hot, very, very hot. All right, so we got white. The next one's going to be gray. Forgot to turn our music back on.
See the lights on the other side. I'm going to get there and hope we will meet there.
Got it. Going to the next one. Kind of tangled up here. Got to untangle it. There we go. Alright, so that was gray. White and gray's done. The next one is purple. Let me turn this a little bit so we can get some more light on it.
Rusty Doobie, BR. Rusty Doobie, BRB.
Okay. So this next one is purple. This is going to be channel 3.
Read hot, hey guy, just got here.
Hey there, Red Hat. How's it going? Go let that cool for a second and check on the printer and see if I got it working yet or not. Gotta get around to doing a test print sooner or later. Let's see what we have here. Hey, thank you for the follow. My name. How's it going, my name? I hadn't seen you in chat. Why don't you say hello? Where did you hear from me from? I'm away from the soldering iron for here a second. I'm trying to get my printer to work. Having a little bit of problems with it, so. Put that there, paste it. Alright, so let's send that there, and we want to select everything. Okay. Rotate. There we go. Close this. Yep, still not finding the printer. Okay. Well, back to the soldering then. Alright, so we are on our purple wire. Our next wire will be blue.
Rusty Doobie, why is your schedule on the screen?
You can get rid of schedule in the lower bottom of the stream. There is a button you press, and you press that, and then there's a slide button, and you just slide it over, and it gets rid of schedule.
Rusty Doobie, got it?
So you just slide that over, and it gets rid of schedule. So our next connection, which should be input number 4, number 4 is blue. Try not to burn our fingers anymore. Got it. And then we got green and yellow. Okay, here comes green. And last but not least, here is yellow. With this large soldering iron tip, it doesn't take long for it to lay down some lead in here, so I like this nice large soldering tip for this job. I have a package of soldering iron tips, but I like this one for this through hole stuff. I'm also liking this new wire I got. I got a new box of wire, and I was afraid that this plastic on it was going to melt really fast, but it's actually holding up. You could tell it's melting just a little bit right where the iron is, but it isn't melting nowhere near as bad as I thought it was going to, so I'm pretty pleased with that overall. Now, we have a streamer out there, or not a streamer, a viewer. And I'm going to actually try something new here. I'm going to go to my channel. And there's a mark feature in my channel. So I'm going to use a mark button. And this is a wire junction. W-I-R-E-J-U-N-C-T-I-O-N. And I'm adding a mark now. Okay, stream marker is in now. A viewer in my channel wanted to know what was the best way to put two wires together and solder them. So I just made a mark in my stream because I'm going to put these two wires together and solder them. And that way, if they're not here right now for the stream, I could show them what's my recommended way of doing this if I get this wire stripped. Where's my wire stripper at? So that way they'll have a clip of how I recommend them doing it. All right. So we have two wires of pretty much the equal size. And so what you do is you link them across, and there's two ways of doing this. There's NASA way, or there's what my recommended way is. My recommended way, which works pretty good for most situations, is just to make two loops and link them over, and you pinch them really tight. And this works for 99% of your wire problems. Now, if the wire is going to be under extreme tension, that's the case that you want to do it NASA's way. But our wires are not going to be under extreme tension, so I don't think that we're going to have that problem. Let me make sure I'm in view here. It's pretty fuzzy. I hate that it's coming out fuzzy. Yeah, that's hard to see. Try to get all this stuff out of the background of it. Let me see if I activate See, they have autofocus on this app, but if you turn it off, it won't let you manually focus either. So I don't know why they bother having it if they won't let you manually focus if you turn it off. That don't make no sense to me. Okay, so let's back that up. Okay, so once you have them linked together, you take your iron and you apply your iron to the bottom side of the junction, heat it up, and then you apply your solder to the top side of the junction. Once when it's melted through, you remove your iron from the bottom side, and now your junction has been soldered. I just turned my iron off. And that's all there is to it. You never apply your iron to the top side and your soldering to the same side. You always apply it to opposite sides. If you apply your iron to the top, then you apply your soldering to the bottom, and vice versa. So obviously I recommend soldering iron to the bottom so you can attach the solder to the top side of it so it can flow down. Solder always goes to the heat. Let me make another mark. There. And so for our viewer out there that wanted to know how that's done, that's how I recommend doing it. Let me back this out now. Okay, so we got that done. Now we're going to put a little piece of Captain tape on there. I'm going to clip these edges of this wire that we just did a end-to-end solder on. Now the way that NASA recommends it done, which is actually the proper way of doing it, and the reason why they recommend doing it this way is because the wire will basically the joint will be stronger than the actual wire will be. And what they recommend you do is basically the exact same connection. You put two wires in like this, but right where they join at, this wire spins around and around and around that wire, and this wire spins around and around and around that wire. And so what you end up with is when you solder it, you end up with a lot longer of a solder bead. And so the two wires will never give up. The junction is actually stronger than the rest of the wire. What I did is I just made a loop, and I soldered the two wires together like this. And so, you know, in reality, that's going to hold just as much as anything is. But the NASA way of doing it, you'll actually have more amperage carryover. You'll have more conductivity. And most importantly, for AC voltage, you'll have more carrier voltage through the the surface connection. So in reality, their way is better, but this isn't rocket science. We're not going to have any problems with this whatsoever. So I ain't worried about it. But if you need the most amount of, if you're pushing your wires to the bare limit, then yeah, I do recommend going the other way. But we're not pushing these wires that hard, so. Okay, so this part should be done. Let's see, did I turn my iron off? I did.
Rooney Carsnopen, hey fool.
Hey, how's it going? Alright, so this will be A.
Rooney Carsnopen, at.
Alright, now don't make me have to give you a timeout. I ain't had to time out anybody yet, so don't make it have to be the first one. Alright, so let's put
Rooney
this one
Carsnopen,
here.
I can't get enough of that thing.
I hear you. Okay, so this will be the first channel.
Rooney Carsnopen, what are ya doing?
I'm putting together the rest of the preamp, and we're down to, this would be finished today, except I'm having problems with the 3D printer, so we have one small print left to print. This one little panel, I've already designed it, but right now the 3D printer's down, so once when I get the 3D printer up, I'll probably print it off of stream and put it on there the next time I am on stream and I have it printed up. I'll put that in.
Chris Mess stream.
Yeah, something like that. And but anyways, short of that, this should be done today. So I'm putting all the inputs in. This is an output, so I'm putting all the inputs in now. And so this is channel 1 input. We need our gray wire. Here we go for channel 2 input. So we're putting that one in now. Then once we get these set up, we'll check and see, make sure all the inputs are working. Our next one will be purple. So this will be our number 3 input. Ugh, got a spaghetti mess going on back here. Come on, purple. I had all these straight when I was soldering. Pick them up and they just swarmed on me. Okay, that's yellow. That's purple. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3. All 3 of these ones are good. So how are you doing, Snowpin? Or should I call you Rune Car? Mr. Rune Car. Mr. Snowpin. I don't know how to say that. There's just too many ways of saying this. Okay, am I missing one? 1, 2, 3. I've got 1, 2, 3. Did I put them in
Rooney
here?
Carsnopen. Call me Rooney Carsnopen.
Call you, okay. Alright, I'll call you Rooney Carsnopen. Just like the bot does. Rooney Carsnopen.
Rooney Carsnopen. It makes me laugh.
Rooney Carsnopen, okay.
Rooney Carsnopen.
Okay, so somewhere I've misplaced one nut and one washer.
I earned K beer though.
Oh, never mind. It's already on. There it is. You see that? It's still on the thing. I've been looking all over the place for it. It's still on the jack. Durr. Oh well, it ain't lost, so that's a good thing. I'm over here looking through boxes, looking on the floor. Alright, so that one's done. Now let's see if we can get some of these untangled here.
Rooney Carsnopen, dag nabbit.
I know, right? I was
Rooney
sure I took them all off.
Nice metal nipple.
Let's get this one off of here. let's get green. Come on, green. Green means go, it don't mean stop. There we go. And blue. All right. And one of them's Washer wants to hang out. Okay, Washer. There we go. So now, our next one, let's see, purple was the last one, so blue will be the next one, then green, then yellow. So blue will be next. Then green. I think
Robotics 0x57, I was told there would be breading of the board.
Breading of the board. Yeah, there might be some breading of the board here in a little bit. We're putting together this preamp right now. Oh, I ripped off the green wire. Got to resolder it. Then the yellow. Welcome, by the way. Welcome to the stream. We're going to be working on a makeshift signal tracer, hopefully. We get this done today. So that's what we'll be looking to breadboard up. Let me separate this blue. Okay, so the green one came disconnected. We'll need to resolder that real quick. Alright, so did I forget a washer somewhere? Nope, all washers are on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All washers are on there, so that washer must have come from somewhere else. Alright, so the green one came undone. Let's resolder that. So, bro, welcome to the stream. Is it your first time here?
Minor Almonds, how's it going?
Oh, it's going pretty good. We're putting together the preamplifier. We would have it done today, but our 3D printer's giving us a little bit of a problem, so we won't be able to print out this output panel right here. That's the last part of it that we need to print out. Then this will be done, hopefully. So what all we did to this, for those of you that may not have been up to speed on all of the streams, is when we got this preamplifier, it wouldn't turn on. We fixed the power circuit, which was a blown transistor and a few other small circuits, passive circuits, in this area of the board. Move you up over here. So we replaced transistors and the bridge rectifier. Then we fixed a ringing we was getting from the circuit. So we repaired the ringing, and then we fixed the transformer over here on this side. So we fixed all of that, and then when we found out is it comes with these circuit boards. Let me see if I can find one that it came with here. Here we go. It comes with these circuit board cards, which people can use to run like line inputs, like for a record player or phonograph. So you have positive input, negative output, and then common ground. And they slide into a card slot. If you look at it, it's got fingers on it. It slides into an input card slot into the back, and if you want to run a microphone input where you need like a powered mic input, you buy a different kind of card and you slide that in there. If you need RCA jack, you buy a different card and slide an RCA jack in there, and so forth. You just slide whatever kind of input you want in there. But to buy these, to buy a phonograph, well, I call them phonograph, a guitar jack, it costs about $35 a card. So what I did is I went ahead and hardwired into the input jack inputs and outputs to the preamplifier, but I'm leaving the actual main card in there, so if anybody ever does in the future have some of these cards and they still want to use them, the board is still active. All they'd have to do is just remove these and stow them somewhere, and these cards would still be usable if they, I don't know why, but because you can put alarm systems on here, built-in alarm systems. You can put like the bong circuits like you have, like if you open up a door in a store or something like that. You can put chimes, you can put all different kinds, you can buy all different kinds of these cards. And so if anybody ever does want to use these, then they still can. But in the event that you just want to use it as a straight, preamplifier for, guitar, mic, and, whatever instruments you want, then you can just use these inputs. And then I 3D printed out some panels for it, and so that's where we're at now. So this has been a 3 or 4 streaming project, I believe. And so we are pretty much at the point now that if my printer was working, this would right here would be the last printout. This right here, and then this would be a working product. It'd be able to be put back together and it'd be done. But right now my printer's on the hiccup, so we'll have to fix my printer real quick and figure out what's going on with that, and then it'll be ready to go. But so that's where we're at now. I think we're up to testing phase, if I'm not mistaken. So let me clear some stuff out of the way. Thanks for the follow, by the way, Miner. I didn't mean to pass you up there, but I was just in the middle of thought, and if I lose my thought, the whole thing shuts down. Brain don't work that good if I lose my thought, so. Alright, so we can connect let me see if I got a plug here. Okay, let's see if this is any good real quick. Alright, looks like that chord's good. So we have negative here. Positive here. Let's get us a header real quick. All right, so then we'll have a let's try a negative on green. And a positive on yellow. And we are on the yellow probe.
When the night is over, my life is over.
Turning it on.
I start thinking again about our time together. When the night is over,
All right, so that should be channel 1.
'cause I start thinking again about our time together.
Let me find it here. No, that ain't. Okay, that's with it off, that's with it on. There it is. And let's see here. That don't look good at all.
When the night is over, my life is over. 'Cause I start thinking again about our time together. When the night is over, my life is over. 'Cause I start thinking again about our time together.
Well, I don't like that. Let me see what's going on the front panel here. That just looks nasty. Okay, well, the channel's definitely right. Okay, so let's see what I got going on here. Let's go yellow to orange. That might be it. Still not picking it up right. Picking up is 88 millivolts. Alright, so let's put it on square wave. There's a nice square wave. That ain't bad. That can definitely be passable. Let's turn measurements off. And math off. Where's math at? There we go. Okay, that came out pretty good right there. I can deal with that. That ain't a bad wave. So that is orange yellow. So that would be a success on the O-scope. Okay, let's see here. Measure all off. There we go. Let's try the other outputs and see where they're at. Yeah, the other outputs are not as good. There's a white and a blue. Yep. Only 2 outputs on it's good. So that's fine. That's be the ones we use anyway. So that should be fine. We'll only need 2 outputs to mimic off of, so. Pull this out. Pull this out. And unplug the imp. So overall, that is a pretty good success. We could get the printer working. We'd be able to have this done today.
When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down.
Alright, so let's pull these clips out and put them back in our header pin bag.
When you want to get off the darkest ground,
1, 2, 3. All right. Let's bring all this back. And we'll need this one. We'll need our rough threads. For the outside 4. Here we go. Here we go. So let's put this side on first. Actually, let's tighten up these smaller nuts first. Then we'll put that on. That's what we'll do. That way, if we have any problems or mess up any wires or anything, we can fix it while it's already out. I think that's a better idea. Gotcha. All right, so we got them two together. And I'm hitting on both sides. Hitting on this side from this jack, so let's spin it and see if that'll fit. I think I should have gave myself a little more clearance on the edge jacks. I did not think that that was going to be a problem. Yep, that's going to be a problem. So this jack's going to be too tight on that side, and this jack's going to be too tight on that side. So I can either A, reprint this and move the holes closer to the center. Let me see how tight this is going to be. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be the best thing to do. Because I can cut into here, but then I'll have to cut this shell also. So I think probably the best bet will just be to reprint and move this hole in and this hole in. So we'll need to move this side and that side in, and then just refit the holes to the center. Well, isn't that the pits? We got it so close, guys. Literally down to printing is all we're down to. Let me go get a drink. I'll be right back. Okay, well, I went and got me some tea. Think this thing over a little bit. We can move over to our next project while we're waiting on this one. And that's going to be breadboarding up a signal tracer circuit. But I'd like to try to get a print or two started on the printer to see how it's going to print. Maybe we fixed it, maybe we didn't. So I'm gonna throw a test print on there and see what happens, see where it prints at. Right now what I'm working on the printer is getting the calibration right. I just threw new firmware on it, and so I don't know where it's gonna print. It could print perfect, or it could print off the bed, or it could print, you know, who knows where. So let me throw a print on there and see what happens here. So let's do that real quick. Export. We'll throw it on the SD card. Save. Done. Okay, so let's try this test print out. And we'll have to wait on you for yet another day. Okay, looks like it's heating up, so that's a good sign. Now let's see, for the schematic for the breadboarded circuit, try to think what all we'll need. We got our signal generator running. We'll need a speaker. We got a speaker out here. We won't need a switch. So let's pull that off. Waiting for the printer to start here. I need a LM3 386, 368. It's doing a purge, but it's purging in the middle of the bed, so that isn't right. Alright, I'm stopping the print. It's a little bit off. In the Z-axis. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. Then I need to figure out why it decided to purge right in the middle of the bed. That don't make no sense at all. Alright, let's see here. I'll be back with you guys in just a minute. Alright, so so we got over here on the breadboard. We're going to keep working on the printer while we work on the breadboard at the same time. And it is 4:30 anyway, so we'll only be here about another 30 minutes or so. So we need to get our speaker connected. So here's our speaker. Let's check how many ohms that is.
Don't know how long we've been out here, and these nights are getting shorter. Like a bad energy I'll conquer. In my soul, this is real.
That's a 4 ohm speaker because it's registering as 5. That should work. So let us take a, what should we put on there? I need a JST plug, but I don't have one on hand. We can do a ribbon cable. We could do 2 wires. Trying to think of probably a ribbon cable. Small piece of ribbon cable. There's a small piece. Let's use a small piece of ribbon cable. Okay, we got a purge out of the printer. Again, it's right in the middle of the bed, so I don't know why it decides to purge in the middle of the bed, but that's where it's wanting to purge at. Alright, let's kick the hot iron on. And let's solder these wires on here real fast. What's going on in Discord? There we are. Alright, so are we hot enough yet? Yep, we are. Gotcha. We will put the brown wire to the negative and the red wire to the positive. Make sure that's in frame. There we go. All right, you settle down. Here we go. All right, so we got our speaker soldered up. And let's see, our print completed, and it don't look good at all. Getting better though. Squares are almost actually where they need to be. We just need to get the Z-axis on point. So let's see if we can fix the Z-axis here. Configure, where is it? Configuration, advanced settings. Probe Z offset. So if I go negative, positive. Okay, so I set a probe positive Z-axis, or offset. So we'll see which way that goes. If I have a positive Z offset, I should be telling it that it is above the print head, if I'm not mistaken. Now I need to get a teeny tiny LM chip. Is that my LM chip? Are you my LM chip? Nope, you're my AT Tinies. Are you my LM chips? You're my LM 386s. Yep. Alright, so let's get one of these guys out. Okay, are they the same or are they different? They're the same. Come on out of there, you pin. Come on. There you go.
Place my dreams among the stars while I'm standing on the pavement. Spinning around, lost and found, just trying to make a statement. Lift the weight off my shoulders, set me free. Let the
Okay, it purged right in the center again. Don't like that.
hold us down. Together we'll lose sight of the ground.
Okay, it's looking like it's probably worse. So let's try adjusting it the other way. Hey, thank you for the follow. Oh, Red Hat, thank you for the subscription. Thanks for the new subscriber. You get to have a new emote if you want to use one. Let me see here, bed leveling.
Read hot, YW.
My dreams among the stars while I'm
Oh, have you requested a song yet?
spinning
You know you get free songs now, right?
just trying to make a statement. Lift the weight off my shoulders, set me free. With the birds in the sky is where I'd like to be. Without gravity to hold us down, together we lose sight of the ground.
You need to request you a song. Pick you one and request it. Okay, I'm gonna set this way high. I'm gonna set it all the way up to 5. I can't seem to see a difference in anything
Read hot.
else, so
No, I haven't. And no, I didn't, coward.
I haven't seen any difference in any of the settings I've been changing this, so I'm gonna set it up really high. I keep making adjustments and it keeps changing nothing, so I'm gonna change this thing super high and see what happens. There we go. So, do you know what it is that we are working on now, Red Hat? This little guy over here. Whoops, can't see it. This little guy over here. That little guy. And I need to power him, so let's give him 5 volts. Let's let him have 5 volts.
Read hot, LOL. OMB.
One man band? Is that what you're referring to?
Read hot, TE. Read hot, yeah.
No, it's not an OMB. But, you are kind of close. It is something old school that they don't make anymore. It is a signal tracer. Back in the 70s, they stopped producing a device called a signal tracer. And I'll give you an example. Let's say you have all these components here on my board, which all these we're not using. They're just remnants from other projects I was working on. And let's say you have a hum in the amplifier, and you can't figure out where it's coming from. Hold on a second. And you can't figure out where it's coming from. So you turn it on, and let's say this was a signal tracer here. And you would touch here, and you hear no hum. So you go to the next one. You touch here, and you hear no hum. So you go to the next one. You touch here, and you hear no hum. And so you go to the next one. You touch here, and you hear a hum. So that tells you that somewhere between this one and this one, there's a device causing a hum. So then you could just go and you could try this one and it still has a hum. You could try this one, it still has a hum, and you try this one, it don't have a hum. So now you know that it's somewhere between this one and this one that it has a hum. So then you touch this one, it does have a hum, and this one it don't have a hum. So now you know that this little thing is the thing that's causing the hum. Now you don't know why it's causing the hum, but you know it's the thing that's causing the hum because here there's no hum and here there is a hum. So somewhere between here and here there's a hum, and you just tested the entire circuit without taking anything off. You didn't have to remove nothing. You didn't have to do nothing. All you literally had to do was just touch, and you literally tested the whole circuit without removing anything. Okay, now the machine's really messed up. So now we know which way to go. That's the wrong way to go. So now let's go the other way with it. Anyway, they stopped making that device a long time ago when tube amps went out of order. And the reason why is because they basically said, well, we don't have tube amps anymore, so we don't need that device anymore. Everything's solid state. Everybody will just use an oscilloscope, which people do use an oscilloscope. But the problem with it is an oscilloscope, you got to remove the part in order to test it. And that's fine, but you got to unsolder something, test it. Oh, that ain't it. Put it back in, solder it back up, test something else, but you got to remove it. So you got to remove it, test something else. Oh, that's fine. Solder it back together, unsolder something, test something else. And, it's just a slow process. So I am wanting to kind of like go back and reinvent the wheel. I'm wanting to go back and, reinvent a signal tracer. And people's come up with signal tracers of a sorts, but I want to go back and, come up with, a bona fide signal tracer, something that can be considered a genuine signal tracer. Go back and do the exact same thing that the original signal tracer did. So this is going to be my prototyping board. Alright, so we got that. Let's remove this goop of plastic.
Reed Hot, sounds very familiar. You did that on stage for Singing Boys Equipment.
I
Right.
did. I did very much so. And of course, I did it with a lot of equipment we use, not just audio equipment, but just any equipment. Anytime I had to troubleshoot anything, it was just the simplest way to do anything. You didn't have to tear nothing apart. You just yes, no, yes, there it is right there. And once you make it properly, here's the thing: when you make it properly, you can pretty much just take it and almost wave it around. It goes, and you could just, it's almost like an antenna. You could just hear it, almost like a radar. If it's made properly, you could just hear where the hum's coming from if it's loud enough, And so that's where I'm wanting to make a device to that degree, back to where that's where it used to be. And people's made a lot of devices, but I have a beginning schematic.
Reed Hot, Geiger counter.
Yeah, exactly. And I have a beginning schematic of other people that's made them using the same chip. So I have a starting diagram, I guess you could say, of where I want to start from, but mine's gonna, hopefully, once I get it built, mine's gonna be kind of to the 10th level. It's gonna be a little bit more than just run-of-the-mill kind of a thing. Okay, let me get a piece of paper towel here. Meanwhile, the printer's getting a little bit closer and a little bit closer to printing, so that's a good sign. Okay, now it's a little bit too low. So I finally got it to go the right direction. I went a little bit too far with it. Configuration. So let's split that in half. Let's go with 1.5. I'm getting warmer. We're almost to the stage of printing stuff. Okay, so what we need to do now is let's go to Chrome. So let's take this and go there. And we could go LM386, I think it is. But in the meanwhile, if you go down to the projects page, by the way, if you haven't looked at it recently, If you look, you'll notice that there's a new project I added there yesterday. That's not what we want. There's what we want.
I think we're getting close. Racing through the waves, I want to be where nobody knows. Take me, baby, take me to a state of mind that's made up, baby, that's made of all that we find. Electric, feel it in your hands. Hypnotic, watch your body stand. Happiness, this is who we stand.
Okay, I think the printer's about ready. Alright, so in this diagram we need... It doesn't say any values. Did we get a little bit better one here? No. No. No, we gotta get a little bit better of a diagram. Here we go. What about this one? Okay, so we need 10 UF capacitor, a 1 UF cap, 470. So we need 1, 2, 3 capacitors. So let's get 3 capacitors. 2 of them are polar caps. Here's some polar caps. Here's some polar caps. Alright. So we need a 10 UF, a 10 UF, and a 220 UF. Here's a 220. I have one of them out already. Let me look, see if I got any of these out. Yep, there's a 220 right there. So I got one of them out. And that's a 2.2. I don't need a 2.2, I don't
Read
think.
hot, it'll be on the side for a few.
Okay. Request you a song. and a 10 off. There's 100 off. Okay, none of these are 10, so let's look over here. Do we have a 10 here? That's 1. $47. 33. 22. 10. Here we go.
Reef hot, I'm thinking.
Okay. Alright, so I got my 10 off. I got my 220 off. Now I need my 470 and my 1. There's that one. I actually put that one away over here. Here's a 0.1. Let's put a 0.1 in there. And I need a disconnecting capacitor. So let's put these back. Let's see here. Actually, we got one right there. Didn't even need to pull that one out. Okay, so let's breadboard this up. We're gonna run our 5 volts from here. To here. Our ground from here. To here. Then we need to run our signal. All right, so we have pin 6 goes to positive. Let's turn this circuit off. Pin 6 goes to positive. Got it. One, two, three, 4, 5. Nope, that's not 6. Get my tweezers out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, pin 6. Goes to positive. Got it. Then we got, let's just go in order. Pin 1 goes to the 10 UF capacitor. See, I don't like it when they do schematics like this. Okay, so pin 1 goes to the 10 UF capacitor. And then to pin 8. So pin 1 and pin 8. So it goes here to there. So the positive side goes to pin 1. The negative side goes to pin 8. Gotcha. Alright, we got that one done. Then we got pin 2 goes to ground. There we go. Pin 3 goes to 2 capacitors, 1 UF and a 470. Okay. So it goes right there. And the 470 goes to ground and pin 3. So it goes to ground and pin 3. Like that. No, that's a 470. I'm missing a 470 right now. Okay, so this one's wrong. I need a 470. Here's a 470. Now you're in place. Like a big capacitor, but okay then. What they're putting in there. Alright, so there's a 470. Got that one. Let's see, that's pin 3. Got it. Then we got pin 4. This goes to ground also. Pin 4 goes to ground. Then we got pin 5, which is output. It goes to the big cap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it goes to the positive side. Yeah, positive side of the big cap. Make sure that's as close as we could get there. I forgot to switch this back over. There we go. Been doing all this and nobody's seen it. There we go. Alright, so that's the big cap. So this will be the speaker output on this side. And then we got six, which is VCC. 7 connects to nothing, and 8. Okay, so now we need to connect the speaker up. And oscilloscope. So let's get the oscilloscope out. And the speaker out. All right, so let's see here. How can we clip this on? Let's see. We need to go to ground and positive. So let's connect let me see here. What can we do?
Manada Kugamis, hey.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Manada Kugamis, I'm here.
Cool. Hey, why don't you try requesting a song, see if it's working today. Alright, so we're connecting ground. We're connecting positive
Manada
here.
Kugamis, is holy day for me so I can stay very mock now.
So you can what? Oh.
Manada Kugamis, stay.
Well, it's about time for me to end the stream, but I wanted to see if my circuit's working first, so I'm hanging out until I see if this circuit's going to work or not. I need to connect 2 wires, though. I'm down to 2 wires. So I want to see if this works before I go. I think I'm down to 2 wires. If it works, I'm down to 2 wires. Okay, so I got ground. Oh, that's it. I could connect ground right here. There's my ground. Got that one. Now all I need to do is connect my positive. Oh, my positive, my positive. I can connect this one over here. Connect this one over here. Now I need to connect my positive up. How do I
Manada
connect my
Kugamis,
positive?
how I request?
Type in exclamation point SR for song request, and then type in space the name of the song that you want to request. So like SR space Jingle Bells, or you know, whatever the name of the song is.
Manada Kugamis, SR. Manada Kugamis, yay is working.
Good deal. I've been working on it, so I was hoping I got it fixed. Alright, so I need to put
Manada
one
Kugamis,
wire.
thanks M8.
No problem. I like it when stuff works. Alright, so let's turn the amplitude all the way down. Now let's just connect this little guy
Manada
here.
Kugamis, SR.
Here to here. Turn both channels on. Now let's back this up and look at this over here.
be like, yeah. My life be like,
Manade Kugamis, yay my music. Manade Kugamis.
Low-key and staying candid. Reflect on all the things I try my hand at. Search for the equation to persuasions I'm used to. Finding comfort in the zones of clouds and bones I get used to. A mountain is Fontaine. Spinning in monsoon and grinning is high octane. Explosive how I came. Rolling down the hills cause life's a hassle. Encircled by my folly like a moat around the castle. Stay afloat. Catch a second wind. Thin is the air I breathe. Teary-eyed nose running. Wipe the snot on my sleeve. I'm calling on the Savior to be all that I need. Please forgive me my behavior. Have me lost at light speed.
Okay, I don't know if you can hear this. I'm going to pause your music for just a second. Here's the speaker. Now I moved it away. Can you hear
Manade
that?
Kugamis, Manade Kugamis, my iris.
That's what I'm hearing over here. So it is working. Now we need to figure out exactly what it's doing and where it's doing it at. So let's go exploring on this circuit. Okay, we're getting a square wave there. Not so much there. Let's pull this big capacitor out. Woo, there it is. Boy, it's really loud now. Okay.
Manade Kugamis, my music again yay. Manade Kugamis, you like it?
I do. Very nice.
Manada Kugamis, you spinyai.
I hear you. Okay, so this is clipping the whole bottom half of that sine wave.
Manada Kugamis, Manada Kugamis, that sound.
Imagine being over here in the room with it.
Crazy Assassin Spy 123, I got laptop now.
Awesome.
Manada Kugamis, PLS stop my brain is crying XD.
So you want to play some League of Legends tonight, Assassin Spy? We could play with Mantiku, but
Crazy Assassin Spy 123, yep.
He's one of those...
Manada Kugamis, how I get VIP.
He's one of those other servers. I gave you VIP. He's on one of them foreign servers.
Read hot, you need earplugs.
Is it that loud, guys? I guess it must be that loud, huh? Let me mute my mic for y'all.
Crazy Assassin Spy 123, what are you working on? Manada Kugamis, no I amant how I get VIP on YYV. Manada Kugamis, TTV asterisk.
So what I'm working on is called a signal tracer. Let me turn this off. What I'm working on is called a signal tracer. And it's designed to find noises in electrical devices. Like if you have a hum in a radio or an amplifier or something like that.
SJ how get VIP on TTV.
Yeah, I gave it to you. That's how you got it.
Manada Kugamis, I'm mod not VIP.
Yes. You can only be one.
Manada Kugamis, ow.
And
Manada Kugamis, then I want mod XD.
And so you use a sound tracer. It's called a signal tracer, but you use a sound tracer to trace down electronical noise. And it's so sensitive that it can like pick up literally like electrical noise in a room. You know, you can hear like the hum of electrical light bulbs and, you know, things in a room. So I'm reinventing. That was a device that was made like in the 60s and the 70s. And so I'm trying to reinvent that device. And so that's what I'm working on. That's why you hear so much noise right now. I turned it off. And so that's what I'm reinventing. And I think I'm on the right area because that sounded pretty close to what it should sound like. I'm running a small signal in it right now, or was. And it's outputting a big
Crazy
signal.
Assassin Spy 123, oh sounds cool.
And so that's what it's used for. Now, you see, we have an oscilloscope nowadays. Well, this is what everybody uses as an oscilloscope. And there's nothing wrong with that. Oscilloscopes are great. They're super accurate for tracing down signals and stuff. But the problem with it is with an oscilloscope, if you have like this device over here, if you have an amplifier and you're tracing down a signal, if you think this might be it, or you want to find out if this is the cause of your problem, you got to unsolder and take this device out, put it on the oscilloscope and test it. And then if that's not it, you got to put it back, connect it all back up, and then try this one and see if that's it. And then you got to take that out and try. You can't test it in the circuit. Whereas a signal tracer, you can kind of just take it kind of like a screwdriver, and you can, in the circuit, just with it on and everything, you can just touch it, and nope, that ain't it. Touch it, nope, that ain't it. Touch it, oh, that's it. That's it right there. That's the one. And so you don't have to remove everything to check it. You can just go through and just, I mean, you can check wires, you can check everything. You just go through kind of like a screwdriver and just touch anything you want. And if the noise gets louder, then that's it. And if the noise doesn't get louder, then that's not it. So I'm trying to make me one, and then in the process reinvent the entire device, you know. And they're kind of like obsolete. Nobody uses them anymore because nobody invented them anymore. And so that's what I'm building. I got a little speaker, and I got my little circuit set up here on my breadboard. It's a couple of capacitors and a microchip. But the worst part of it is, even with all that noise you just heard, I still don't think it's sensitive enough. I think it needs to be more sensitive. And so I'm thinking I need another front end circuit. So I'm thinking I need one of these little guys to go in the front of it to make it even louder. But it is working. I do have a working circuit. If you listen to that, it's a working circuit right now.
Manada Kugamis, Mater dash you are cool.
That sounds like the old Nintendo soundtracks we used to rev up your motorbike, like motocross. Listen.
Rusty Doobie, your song request isn't working. Manada Kugamis, it ISD. Manada Kugamis, it is.
What did you request, Rusty? I don't see your request on there.
Rusty Doobie, cause it's not working LOL.
I'm looking at your chat log, and I don't see anything on there from you. Let me see. The only thing I see is your song request isn't working at 5:30.
Manada Kugamis, SR. Rusty Doobie, I'm requesting through Streamlabs.
Oh, okay. I haven't tested that yet. Okay, nobody's actually used it, so I haven't had a chance to find out if that's working yet or not. Okay, so the Streamlabs isn't working. Okay.
Rusty Doobie, I use it on my stream.
Let me turn this off. Got a bunch of noise going on over here.
Rusty Doobie, you need stream labels open.
Oh, she's sweet but a psycho, a little bit psycho. At night she's screaming, I'm on my mind. Oh, she's hot but a psycho, so left but she's right though. At night she's screaming, I'm on my mind. She'll make you curse, but she a blessing. She'll rip
Manada Kugamis, today I got €2 donation on my stream.
That's awesome. What was you playing?
with your play. You just can't help it. No, you'll play along.
Manada Kugamis, Fortnite XD.
Oh, okay. I'm looking through Streamlabs
Manada
now.
Kugamis, Fortnite is exploding right now.
Oh,
Rusty
yeah.
Doobie, download stream labels here.
Yeah, I have it. Recent events have been moved.
Manada Kugamis, I will go play with a friend Fortnite CYA.
Oh, you're gonna head out now? That's how them mods are, you know. Yeah, it's just not showing, so I must have something. I must have something checked off
Manada
somewhere.
Kugamis, what you mean?
But you know how
Rusty
them mads
Doobie,
are.
the third tab is music tab on Stream labels.
Da, 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 da. Yeah, it's just not showing anything. It doesn't show that anybody requested anything or nothing. I'm gonna have to check it out.
Rusty Doobie. Rusty Doobie, OPPs. Rusty Doobie, we are unable to request your song. Please ask the broadcaster to make sure their Streamlabs recent events panel is open, is the message I get.
Add new files, mixer, minor bugs, mix month. Well, if you want to request a song, just SR it in chat. You can add whatever songs you want in chat. I'll check this out later.
Rusty Doobie, SR Eddie Grant Electric Avenue.
See? But I will definitely check that out. It is open. It doesn't show that anything's loading up, so there must be, for some reason, it's disconnected between the web interface and Streamlabs, or Stream Labels. But yeah, same difference. Don't know why though. So I have that, but if I turn the noise down, I'm actually getting a feedback noise. But from where? There. So what if I shrunk this capacitor down? Thank you for the host, Rusty. I appreciate that. Whew, that's noisy. Okay, so I need something to drag this down.
Rusty Doobie, is the song playing?
Yes. Can you not hear it? Let me look at my levels real quick. No, they are too low. There we go.
Rusty Doobie, there you go.
Okay, so I need a higher amount. Right through Electric Avenue. Let's put a variable resistor here. Rock right through Electric Avenue.
Rusty Doobie, SR Safety Dance.
Getting you some safety dance, huh? Alright, so
Rusty Doobie, SR Don't Worry Be Happy.
I'm getting a resistor in here. All right, now we're getting somewhere.
Rusty Doobie, SR Old Time Rock and Roll, the Hitco. Rusty Doobie, really LOL.
Oh, that's sad.
Rusty Doobie, SR the power, snap.
So if you want something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here I am, 'cause I've been laying under palm trees, waiting for the summer, knowing there's nowhere to go.
Rusty Doobie, I think we're alone now, Tiffany. Rusty Doobie, Cuban Pete, The Mask. Rusty Doobie, SR think we're alone now, Tiffany.
Okay, so let's get okay, so we got our voltage top there. Let's go over to yellow and get our voltage top there. Go back over to blue. We'll bring that down.
Rusty Doobie, I hit max K, darn.
Oh, there it goes.
We can dance if we want to. We can leave your friends behind. 'Cause your friends don't dance and if they
SWK
don't dance,
said.
no friends of mine. Say we can go where we want to, place where they will never find. And we can act like we come from out of this world, leave the real one far behind. We can dance.
Moving it over. Looking
Rusty
at the
Doobie,
scope.
SR Cuban Pete, The Mask.
We can go if we want to. Night is young and so am I.
All right, so we have, let's lower this down. We have, let's put this right at 1 volt. Let's switch over to blue.
Rusty Doobie, SR Cuban Pete Saturday night at the movies.
We can dance, everybody look at your hands. We can dance, everybody's taking the chance. Safe to dance, oh well it's safe to dance. Yes, safe to dance.
Okay, we got 1 volt going in.
We can dance if we want to. We've got all your life in mind. As long as we abuse it, never gonna lose it. Everything will work out right. I say we can dance if we want to. We can leave your friends behind. Cause your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, well, they're no.
And with it maxed out, flipping it over to yellow.
We can dance, everything's out of control. But we can dance, we're doing it from pole to pole.
We got 3 volts out, but
Rusty Doobie, SRU spin me round, dead or alive.
if we back it up,
Everybody's taking a chance. Well, it's safe to dance. Yes, it's safe to dance. Well, it's safe to dance. Well, it's safe to dance. Yes, it's safe to dance. It's safe to dance. Well, it's
okay, it breaks at about
Rusty Doobie, K I'm done requesting LOL.
1/3. So at about 1/3 of the knob up, it puts out 3 volts. The waveform looks horrible though, so.
Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry.
Don't worry.
Be happy.
Be happy.
In every life we have some trouble. But when you worry, you make it double. Don't worry.
Be happy.
Don't worry. Be happy now. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Ain't got no place to lay your head. Somebody came and took your bed. Don't worry. Be happy. The landlord say your rent is late. He may have to litigate. Don't worry. Be happy. Look at me, I'm happy.
Rusty Doobie, okay one more zone LOL.
Don't worry.
Let's see what time it is. It's 5:50. This will have to be the last request.
Give you my phone number. When you're worried, call me. I make you happy.
Fixing to end the stream, so.
Rusty Doobie, SR play that funky music.
Be happy.
Great request, though.
Ain't got no cash, ain't got no style, ain't got no gal to make you smile, but don't worry.
So we have less than a volt coming in and 2.5 volts coming out. So sine wave looks really, really bad.
That will bring everybody down.
Let's see if we can clean that up any with a different capacitor.
Don't worry, be happy now.
The underscore SWK, should play some metal.
Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry,
The underscore
be happy.
SWK, what's up MD?
Nothing much.
Don't worry, don't do it. Be happy. Put a smile on your face. Don't bring everybody down like this. Don't worry. It will soon pass, whatever it is. Don't worry, be happy.
Oops, lost my sound. Let me see where I went with it. It is on pin 5. thought it was pin 5. Why did it leave me? Why did you leave me pin 5?
Американская фирма Transceptor Technology приступила к производству компьютеров «Персональный спутник».
Oh, 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 oh. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so here's what we got designed so far. We have a capacitor running to a 10K potentiometer, running to an op amp, filtered by 2 capacitors. This one is just to balance it from oscillating so it don't just oscillate all by its own self. This one runs to the speaker so it doesn't have a DC offset. I'm getting a 20-to-1 ratio. 1 millivolt in, 20 millivolts out. Ride round, baby, ride round like a record, baby, ride round, baby, round. So, what I think I'm going to do is we'll pull this up and draw it up on a schematic and see about putting a transistor on the front end of this to get it up to 100-to-1 ratio. And if we can get it up to 100-to-1, then we'll solder this up on a proto board. Let's see how many songs we got left, guys. Last song. So that will be up for the next stream. We will diagram this out and see about adding either a FET or a BJT transistor to the front end, and if we can get that to work on the breadboard, then we'll draw it up in a prototype minus the speaker, because I want the speaker in case it doesn't work. We'll use the speaker for a mock-up on 2 and see if we can get a 100-to-1 ratio out of it. We're getting a 20-to-1 now, so if we could get a 5-to-1 transistor to push the 20-to-1 op amp, that should give us a 100-to-1 ratio, and a 100-to-1 ratio would be 1 milliamp. If I got that right, 1 milliamp would 1 millivolt would equal 1 volt. Am I thinking of that right? 1 millivolt equals 1 volt? Let's look at a conversion real quick. Yeah. So if you add 2 zeros to it, 1, 2, that would equal 1 volt. Each volt contains 1,000 millivolts. So we need to increase it by 50. So not by 5, but by 50. So we need a transistor to increase this 50 to 1. Okay. So we need a 50 to 1 transistor. We can do that. A 50 to 1 transistor to push the 20 to 1 op amp. I might even have one. So that's on the next agenda. And finish up this preamplifier over here. Reprint them boards and print that little board. And that'll be the end of these two projects, and off to the last one. So thank you all for hanging out with me with the stream. Let's see, who all do we get here?
Read Hot, TTFN.
All right, we'll catch you later, Red Hot. Y'all, if you have a chance, check out the SWK, and also check out Rusty Doobie. Excellent streamers, both of them.
Rusty Doobie, thanks bro.
Yeah, no problem. They both do some great streaming. SWK does a lot of like CNC. I call it CNC. I guess it's laser too. He does laser work, woodwork, stuff like that. Rusty Doobie works on a lot of computer repair, cell phone repair, stuff like that. Hopefully we repaired my other computer that I'm having a little bit of problems with today, so hopefully that'll get fixed. So if you get a chance, check them streamers out, and thank you all for hanging out with me, and definitely we'll get caught up on next time. Hopefully I'll get these panels printed up by the time we stream on Monday. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. In the afternoons are like electrical streams. In the evening are screencast streams and gaming streams. So if you don't catch me in the afternoon, that usually means I'll be streaming that evening. And so we'll hopefully be seeing you all then. And I'll be messing with this printer over the weekend, get it fixed and printing. And I think I'm almost there, to be honest. The last print was almost dead on, so I think I'm getting closer. I need to get the PID prints to calibrate the heat settings and check, see where they're at. But I think that's about it. And so we'll be checking you out later.
Rusty Doobie, quick recommend me a good cheap starter 3D printer.
The Enders. The Enders have been pretty good if you don't mind tinkering. But then again, if you don't mind tinkering, that's going to be your cheap printers is the ones you have to tinker with, periodically. If you want one that you just want to print on, they're going to be the expensiver printers. But the Enders are not bad, and you do have to tinker with them periodically. But SWK owns a whole bunch of printers, so he might have an idea of a different printer that would be on a cheaper level. Also, SWK, I think he has like 6 printers. But I recommend Ender. They're not a bad printer. If you don't mind just printing, 3 different kinds of filaments. ABS is good for kind of like an all-around print. PLA is normally what I print. That's what you see here on the desk all the time. I print 95% of my prints are PLA. I got 1 spool of ABS I print with. And then the last one you print with a PLCA, or I don't print with that at all. I never found a use for it. This right here is good. It's hard. It cannot take heat, and so like if you put it on the dash of your car, it'll get soft. Basically anything that's at like melting point for water, this thing will get soft like putty in your hand. But it does good prints. You can make pretty decent prints with it. You can put a big nozzle on it, make large prints. If you're in a hurry, you can make pretty big, beefy prints. It sticks together. It's good for in the house. So I recommend Ender. They're like $300-ish printers, so they're not too bad on the expensive side. I recommend getting a printer with a hotbed though. Not that you necessarily need it, but if you ever decide in the future that you want something that you need to put a hotbed on, you can always turn it on. You can always print with it off, but if you ever need it on, you got it. And so you're never sitting there saying, boy, I wish I could print this big print, but I ain't got a hotbed for it. You're never stuck there saying that. So I always recommend getting a heated bed just cause I don't know where exactly you live, but that's what I always recommend. But the Enders aren't bad.
What is a hotbed?
A hotbed is, you can't really see my printer.
Rusty Doobie, and what does it do?
Okay, you see my printer over here? I kind of got it over here in the corner. Let me pull this back. Okay, a heat bed is this piece right here. It's a piece of metal that the plastic prints on. The printer squirts plastic onto this heat bed, and most of the time, your print will stick onto that heat bed with the first print. And then as it prints it up, it just keeps getting taller and taller and taller. Well, if you have a print that's kind of got small feet prints, let's say you got like a table leg, right? And so you got 4 little pegs down on the bottom. And so technically your print has a small footprint on it, literally. It's only being attached to the bed by 4 little legs. And so if the bed's not heated, when that gets cold, it can detach from the print bed. It'll get unsticky and it'll detach. And when it gets detached, it'll start moving around on the print bed. And then your whole print's going to be messed up because your printer's still going to think that the
Rusty
bed's
Doobie.
right there. Okay, so a heated bed makes it really sticky.
Rusty Doobie, I got it.
Right, the hot bed makes it really sticky. So anytime you're messing with that, or
Rusty Doobie, LOL.
Certain elements, filaments will require that hot bed also, because if not, the corners of the first few layers will start curling up. They won't stay heated down. They won't stay square. They'll start curling up on you. So certain filaments will cause that also. Now, a lot of that can be done if you change the way that it's printed and stuff, but you get the idea. When you start printing, you'll start catching on to it. Like here, how nice and flat that is. Hold on, you can't see it. There. How nice and flat that is. That part was on the print bed. If I printed it the other way, with this end upside down, that would have definitely not stuck. But because I had a nice big footprint on it, it stuck really well. So, that's the idea of it. Alright, well, I'm going to let you all go. I'm going to go get me some dinner. And thanks for the help on the other PC. Hopefully that'll be the end of that problem. And we'll talk to y'all later and see y'all next time. I'll probably be watching y'all's streams before you see mine again. So, catch y'all later.
Rusty Doobie, bye.